When they come around you, they're acting one way, but behind your back,
Greetings
they're
and
slandering
hotep.
you, stealing from you, mocking you,
Wow.
lying on you,
This is a
scheming
lot
on
to
you, trying to
take
set you
in.
up.
Family hates me. Friend group hates me.
They were never
Family
showing
wants
you
me
their
dead.
true
Friend
hands.
group wants me dead. All for money.
Many of
Oh,
these
and they're
individuals
all
knew who you were,
Christians.
alchemists, but
That's
they did not
crazy.
want you to know who you
So
were.
Galvin, well,
So
for
many
the
of them have
record,
conspired
Galvin and
together to make you
Aileen have
forget.
never been
These are
sexual. Our
spiritual
relationship
bullies.
was
These
never
are spiritual
sexual. I
leeches.
was trying to take him on
Spell
as
work and
kind of
rituals
like
being
a
done over your
godson.
mind.
Did
Spell
I
work and
know he
rituals
was
being done
attracted
over
to
your
me?
vessel.
Yes.
These individuals
I
conjuring
was
up and
never going to
sending
let
dark
that
demonic
grow.
energies and
I
entities
met
into you,
him when he
not
was in the
just
car
spiritually,
with
but in
Nene.
physical form.
They were
They were sending
sexual, not
demons
us.
here.
I've
People
never
that are
married
even
Galvin. I've never
demon-turned.
married anybody. I've never
People who had already
lived
lost their
with
time.
Galvin.
People who
Galvin
had
came and
already lost
stayed
their
with
minds.
us for a
To try
couple
and
of
come
months
towards you here to sabotage
from
you on your
October
path.
when I had to move
To
my
keep you
car
trapped in false cycles.
to
Everything that you were destined to have and
December
receive
when
within
I
your
asked him
lifetime,
to
these people
leave
did
because
not
he
want you
told
to
me he
have
was
that.
going
If you
to
were destined to have
marry
enough,
Angola
if you were
and
destined
have
to have
3
luck,
babies
get
with her.
married, have an abundant
And
family,
my
these
daughter, I
individuals did
think,
not
was
want you to have that.
15,
So
getting
they
ready
would
to
send
turn
false
16
people
at
to
the
come
time, and that
towards you.
concerned me. For
Wastemen,
some
as most
reason, I
people call
really
them.
thought Galvin was connected
Wastemen,
to
bums and scums,
Sensei East
leeches, to
and
come
the
towards you here to
astrologer
manipulate you,
Wesley
to act as if
Allen
they are
West,
all in all. When really and
his
truly, these
brother.
people ain't nothing, they
He
ain't shit.
reminds me
And they don't
of
have anything
Wesley
for you except
Allen a lot.
destruction because that's
And
what
I
they were
wondered
brought
if
out
he
to
was
do.
Wesley
Because that's
Allen's
what they were sent
child.
out to do, to
When
destroy
my
you,
money went
to take from you,
missing,
to
that was
deplete you.
around Storm Ian,
This is the cycle that these
September
individuals
of
wanted you to be trapped in.
2023, I think. And my
They were
Cash
now
App
trapped
went
in this
missing
cycle
from
of your
Shelley
alchemist.
Williams. And my FEMA money went missing, and I thought Galvin had something to do with it
They're
because
all now
every
trapped in the
time we were
cycle.
talking, he was on the phone pushing buttons. So I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't have told him that. Well, it
Let's
was
get the
too late.
specifics, alchemist. How's this reading going?
After those 2 pots of money never came, I
Many of
grew
these individuals
suspicious and
here
I
within this
pulled out
world
my
misview the
cards and
person that
started
was trying
shuffling
to
my
come towards
cards.
you,
Every
but may
time I
speak
shuffled my
out evil
cards,
being
saying God
entity
revealed to
to
me the
expose
truth
what they were
about
put here to
Galvin.
do.
The
This may be
7 of
because this
Swords
person here
came
is
up
fearful for their
twice.
life
And I
now
told him
because
every
these
time I
individuals
shuffle
are
these
coming back
cards, the
for
7 of
them.
Swords comes up. So I've lost trust for you.
Right. We've got White and we've got
And in
Maryland.
December, I asked him to leave. I
The name
said, I'll
Yvonne
give you
is
to
really
Friday.
significant.
I went out into the world to help him
Somebody here
find
named
a
Galvin
place.
Mercedes.
And I thought it's so weird. Like, bitch, you want him out. You should have
Or
told
the
him
name
then
Miranda
out. You should have told him,
may be significant.
and you shouldn't care about where he
Somebody
lives.
here could be
But
from Brazil.
my heart
Then we've got a
really
Gemini.
goes out to
It could be a
Galvin.
Gemini, but
I
this could be a Gemini involved in this.
really felt like he had so much potential and
Alright,
he
we also
could
have
be so
Essex.
much more than he was being. A couple of
The
times when I was
Maidenhead
cleaning up
area
the
may also
yard
be
because the
significant.
crackheads were really doing a job back there. And I would go and pick up all the
We've got
trash
initials B.
to keep the property up. I would find tissue that seemed
The
like,
name
after
Zelda
people
may
have
be
sex, they wipe
significant. We've
themselves.
got
And when I
China.
picked the tissue up, God said
And
Galvin
we've
is
got
back here having
Philadelphia.
sex with these damn crackheads. I thought, wow, that is really
Or
dangerous. That
Breda.
is really
Alright,
dangerous.
someone here could
And
be
I'm
from
sure
Bristol.
that God wasn't lying, but I wasn't having sex with him, so it didn't
And we've
make a
got
difference
initials
to me.
X. Or
I just
Brighton.
thought, this is not the kind of person
We've
I
got
want to
Switzerland.
work in my school because,
The name
he might be
Macau
humping on
may
the
also
other
be significant. We've
employees.
got Thailand.
And if he wanted to have
Someone's
babies
name
with
could be Ya.
Angola, he might hump on the children too, the teenagers. So I
Alright, we've got
decided
Kenya,
not to
Manchester, and we've
continue
got
to
Memphis.
look at him as a
And we've got Haiti.
human resource employee.
The
He
name
said that he
Brianna
had done
may
human
be
resource in
significant. Alright, we've got
California
Italy.
and he was really good at it and he was making 6 figures in California. And so I thought, well,
We got
maybe I've got
Abba,
my human resource person. He can be my number 2
and we've got Canada.
man, my right hand,
You
in
could
the
be a
other
Virgo, or
words.
this could be a Virgo
But
involved in
his
this.
sexual whatever was going to be a big problem, and I no longer
Alright,
was
we got a
looking to
Leo.
him
You could be a Leo. This could be a Leo involved in this.
be my human
Alright, we got an
resource
Aquarius.
assistant.
You could be an Aquarius, so this could be
That
an
was the
Aquarius
reason I
involved in
felt
this.
comfortable having
Some of you
Shelly
definitely gonna be
Williams
speaking out here within
send
an interview.
Galvin the money,
And I'm
because I
picking
didn't
up
know
the
much
alchemist,
about
someone
Cash
who's
App,
spoken out here in
and
the
I was
past.
expecting to receive
I did a live reading about
millions
a
of
week or so
dollars in my
ago
Cash App,
that
so I
was
didn't want to
titled
compromise
The
myself
Secret Informant Hidden in
without
the
doing the
Neighborhood.
research.
Someone
So
here is
I
getting
told
caught up.
Shelly
And
Williams
that's because whoever
in
the
the
secret
text that she
informant
could
is,
send it
this
to
person tried to
Galvin's
scapegoat someone else to hide that they were the
Imisube's
secret informant.
Cash App, that
So
he was
someone was trying to
trustworthy.
put their own crimes onto
And it
someone
turns
else
out that he
so that some
probably
form of
wasn't
harm could
trustworthy.
come to
Still
that
to this
person.
very day,
This
I haven't
relates to
seen
a
him in
setup.
almost 2 years.
Someone here was trying to set up another
And
individual to take the fall, to hide who they
when
really were.
I resaw him,
For
the
someone here,
first
this is a
question I
family
asked
member,
Galvin
or this is
was,
a false
did the
acquaintance here from the
FBI
past.
contact you
Someone here may
about
have
the
made a
Cash
deal
App
with an
from Shelly
individual when they were in
Williams? He said,
prison in the
no, the
past.
FBI didn't
Or this
contact
is a
me.
family member here that
And
has
I'm
some
like,
form of
well, what do you
connection here to a
want?
government
Like, why are
official,
you
a
here?
corrupt government
Oh,
official.
I've been so mean to you that you
Alright, we
can't
got a
even,
Taurus.
say a nice
It could be a
hello
Taurus, or this
or
could be a
something
Taurus
like
involved
that.
in
This
this.
is not verbatim.
Someone here may drive a Renault.
And I was like, maybe he's coming over here so somebody can take a picture and he can go to court and lie
We got
and say,
initials E.
see, we were together right here. And it just didn't seem
We
like
got Mali.
Galvin would do that kind of petty
The name
stuff.
Elaine may be
But he kept
significant.
swiping that credit card when he was with us from, I
We got
asked
initials
him
V
to
or
let me
Evelyn
use his AAA card to
or
move the
E
car,
or
because I had to
Eva.
move the car from
We got
on
Nigeria.
Mohawk across from Safely Towing.
Someone here
What
could be
was the
from
man's
Detroit.
name that I used to pay $10 a week
The
to
name
park
Ben
my
may
car
also
in
be
his yard
significant.
after the
Or Benjamin. Alright, we've got a
eviction
Land Rover. Someone here may
from
drive a Land
6010 North
Rover.
32nd Street on June 2nd, 2022? I know the
Or by
crackheads and my
E.
brother had
Something may happen by
anticipated
Eve or by
stealing
Christmas Eve
my
may here be
car.
significant.
They took my Buick that I saved for the twins
Someone's name could be
so that they could
Felicia.
have a car. They took my flea market
Someone here
van
may drive
and
a
all of my lawn
That's a
equipment
BMG.
so that I had no way
GMC
to make money.
Sierra. This is BMG.
Well, I guess I could go and figure out another way, but with a lawnmower and rakes and
Alright, we
edgers
got
and
Portugal, Jaguar.
what
We
was
got
that other
initials
thing I
O.
had?
We got
Blowers,
Sagittarius. You could be a
two
Sagittarius, or this
blowers.
could be a Sagittarius
You
involved in
can walk
this.
up and down the street. You can put that shit in a shopping cart or in a, you know,
Alright, we got
pull
the
the
Philippines.
lawnmower, put the extra stuff in a stroller, and you can make
The
work.
name Esther may be significant.
I ended up cleaning parking
Alright, we got
lots,
London.
and they came and
We got
interrupted
initials
that.
Z.
Letitia Karima Penn
Someone's
came
name
to
may
one
be
of my
Zoe.
main customers and started spreading
Or someone here
lies,
may be from
rumors,
Florida.
truth, whatever. But all of a
Haitian's
sudden,
Guardian.
I no longer had
Haitian's
that account
Guardian.
to clean that lot anymore.
Iridium.
But everybody reaps
Or
what they
Meridian.
sow.
Meridian may be very significant.
And she knew that that was putting food in my children's belly. She knew that I was getting some kind of
Someone
benefits
here
from
is
it,
Zoe.
and that,
We got Bangladesh.
oh, I almost called
We
her a
got a
name.
Pisces. You could be a Pisces, or
Thank
this
you,
could be a
Lord, for
Pisces
helping me
involved in
catch my
this.
tongue. Came and interrupted that also. She's got a lot of hate and anger
We got
in her heart.
Southampton.
I didn't put it there.
The UAE.
I
We
tried
got
to
the
help her
Bahamas.
heal. And if it's not $1, she can't
Someone
comprehend the
here could be
value.
from
But I bet you
Merseyside.
she see the value now. You see the value now, don't you, Letitia? From
We
having
got
good
Reading.
friends and
We
having
got
friends
Cairo.
that are just like you that'll stab you in the back. I know you regret being a bad friend, but it's too late for me. But,
Someone here with the best energy may be a
maybe if
drug
you
dealer.
repent and become a decent person, God will
Alright, we got
send you some more
Morocco.
good friends,
The
and you
drug dealer
can
is the secret
try your
informant.
hand at being a good friend back,
I picked this up in a previous
not basing
reading.
everything
Someone
on
here was just
money.
looking for a scapegoat
You
because
knew I
they
was
want
good
their
for that
people
money,
to
and you
find
knew
out
you
who
would
they
get it
really
back
were. So they're
eventually.
gonna be exposed alchemists to
And
cover
from
it
what I
up.
understand, you got it back in
The
several
secret informant
different
is gonna be exposed.
illegal ways. Did you
Someone's
put
here
a
may be in your
PPP
scheme and
loan in
trying
my
to help
name,
and hide
girl?
you. And you know what, Alchemist?
Huh?
This was a part of the setup.
Did you help
Because if someone could lie and claim that you're
Thomas
a snitch,
Stewart
so that
or
individuals could bring some
Donnie
form of harm to
Dwayne
you to hide that they were
Flowers
really my informant,
with
then
some
they would get
income
away with who they
tax
really are.
claiming me and my children?
If someone was trying to get you out of the way,
Do you
by
know
having
who got my
individuals come
stimulus
after you to
checks?
bring
Because
some
I
form
got
of harm to you because they
$0 from my
believed you were a
stimulus
snitch, yeah.
checks.
This was part of this individual's plan
I'm
the
going
whole
to end
time.
this because, you know, I have a lot of hurt that I'm healing, and I
With
could
the
go
sending
on
fake
and on
messages to
and
themselves,
on.
someone was trying to make it seem like they had some form of acquaintance here with you. Someone here may have even lied
So
and claimed
now
that they told you
she's
something
talking
here.
about
Something
people
only
making
they would
fake
know about
messages.
whoever that they're
I know
around or
Ava
have
did that
associations here
with
with. Someone
Lawrence's
here may even be
phone. She
affiliated
might
in
have
some
even
form of
worked
group or some
with
form of gang.
Rita to make fake messages. And I'm pretty sure Donnie was involved in it because
And this could be a master
when I
or
got the message
feminine.
from so-called
We've got
Rita
initials
to leave
M,
our house and let us
we've
clean
got
out
initials
the,
Q, and
you
we've
know,
got
COVID
Louisiana.
smells and scents, they knew
The name
the
Quan
only
may be
I
significant in
had
Tamara,
left
and
6010
we've
North
got
32nd
M
Street
after the energy.
temporarily to figure out how
What
to
makes
deal
me
with
know?
Anthony's angry ass. I mean, I understand losing your home, and it was a beautiful home in Summerfield.
We've
Him
got a
and Tina
Capricorn, and we've
Fernandez
got
lived
Fort
in with her
Lauderdale.
mother
It could be
and
a
the
Capricorn, or this could be a
twins.
Capricorn involved in
There was
this.
a built-in pool and a screened-in
Someone is
lanai. It
alone.
was right close to the golf
We've got
course.
initials
He
D.
golfs, so it was a perfect
The name
place.
Damari may be significant,
So him having to leave there, I'm sure, was
or Damon. We've
a
got initials P,
devastating reality. It seemed like he wanted me,
MVP.
Abby, and Angola to live there. The only reason I didn't go live with
We've
Anthony,
got
the only
South
reason I didn't
Africa.
come,
Someone here
Anthony,
could be
you
Mpaka,
remember when we were living with you
Mpaka,
in Opalaka? You called me and said, you got to come now, you got to come
Mbaka,
now.
or
And
Mbaki.
I
Alright, we've got Germany.
prayed and asked God and thought I was doing the right thing. So I didn't
We've
take
got
my
initials T.
apartment in Tampa Park.
The name Kira
Now I
may be
realize the only
significant.
reason you called is because
Someone
you
here could be
got wind that
Timothy,
Aileen is getting her own apartment
or
in Tampa
Tom,
Park,
Thomas,
and we can't allow her to get her own apartment. So
or
y'all
Tommy.
sabotaged me being a stable, competent, individual person with her
We've
own
got
address,
Boston, and
her
we've got
own
initials
keys.
U.
I came to stay with you because you so-called had a
The name
roofing job
Uthman may
that you
be
needed to
significant.
leave for immediately. And you
Mohammed,
sent for me and my two smaller girls. We came to stay
and we've
with
got
you
initials
at
S.
700 East Harem Avenue in Opelika, Florida. And
These
one
signs,
night
names, initials,
the
and places
air
may
went
be
out or
significant to
something,
you, Alchemist, or the
and
individuals involved in this.
I don't know why I
Oh,
felt
Astro
unsafe,
just
but I
came
said
out
I'm
there
going to
as well.
close the door
Someone here
and
may
sleep
have an
against the
Astro.
door. And you said, no, you can't sleep with the door closed. Leave the door open. And I sat up all night long. So
Green
probably
Tanika
something
may
was
be
supposed to happen
significant
to
in
me that
Tamar.
night. And God spoke to me and said, close the door. And when you told me out your
And
mouth that
then could
I
be
couldn't
Frank
close
or
the door, now
Francis.
shit, I was definitely 40 by this time.
Let's get these other
A grown-ass
cards.
woman can't close the door. I was like, no.
Alright,
So
Alchemist,
when
we
you
got one
came
in
over there
green.
talking
Let's
that
know
mess
would that
about
be on the
coming to stay
floor.
with y'all in Summerfield, I was like, hell,
Someone
if
who's
I
come
can't
out
close
there
my
three
room door, I ain't
times.
going to live nowhere
8
where
9
a
New
grown
New
man going to tell
Horizon.
me, a
10 10 is
grown-ass
your life
woman,
is heading in a
I
new
can't close my
direction.
room door.
For someone here,
That's
you
why
may
I
be
didn't come
moving
over
soon,
there.
or you need to
It
move.
might have worked. She said, I'm not
We
even
got father
listening
or
to her.
father figure.
I need to be tuning into what she's
There may
saying.
be a father figure here that was sending
So
fake messages to themselves to
it
make it
might have
seem like they were
worked, or shit, I
communicating
could
with
have
you,
ended up
or
dead
they said something
over
to you
there
that they
in the
didn't.
big, beautiful, fine house. Since y'all
Someone here was
sacrifice
receiving
people,
messages.
and I'm assuming that you're a part of a coven that sacrifices people. The research that
Alright,
I'm
we got
doing,
high and
what
die.
I'm
Someone
getting
here may
from
have a high and
coven,
die.
thinking back into the ways that you all were
The name
treating me,
Emmanuel may be
seemed like I
significant.
have been the
We got
sacrificial
Knights,
lamb
Plants, and we got a social
for a
worker.
long, long, long time. Y'all been sabotaging my life for a long, long,
Alright, we
long
got
time.
90 ending there.
That's probably why
Rage
my
Express.
job got abolished at the
11:55
University of
Alchemist
South
changes our
Florida.
heads.
You all don't mind me doing a little bit okay, but I can't do as good as y'all.
Someone's
I
name could be
can't look
Philip.
like I'm a
Alright. We got
professional
Master Tom
person.
for
I
their
can't look
sins.
like I'm a good mother. I can't look like an intelligent citizen.
1616 rapid growth and changes ahead.
Well, you reap what you
Wow.
sow.
Sudden fatality.